Hello, everybody. It's Rob, and just gonna do a break. I did pick these up yesterday. Did a break on these. Saved one box for today, and another one of these boxes that I had picked up. I'd picked up 3 of these. We went over those yesterday. I saved a couple boxes for today. And earlier today, I had just recently picked up this baseball card binder at my local card shop because my old binder that I had some of my old Andre Dawson stuff in from the 80s as I was collecting, and so from around those days had got, what is it, 25, 30 years worth of dust and dirt and damage, and some of them got wet, and so got a new binder that I was going to put my non-Allen and Ginter cards in, and I started with my Andre Dawson, so I started pulling those out of the old sleeves, and some of them completely fell apart. I had a upper deck that split right in half, like the front came off from the back. It's kind of interesting to see how they're made, just kind of a couple sheets of paper put together. So they must do one sheet with the back and another sheet at the top, and then just glue them together somehow is the way it looks like to me. I believe those were like 90, 91. And so I probably had about 15 to 20 cards that were pretty much ruined. Some of them are still presentable, but bent up or wrinkled, water damage. And so taking all those things out, man, was it musty and it's causing me all kinds of coughing. And so, yeah, it must have been some mold that was growing on some of those old cards. But anyways, I took all the ones that were still in decent shape and I put them together in these new sleeves. And I did it different this time. Instead of just by year, I did it by brand. So I'll probably show those, and I kept the other ones in a bag. Even though they're mostly ruined, I just kind of want to keep them to know which ones I need to replace in the future. These aren't the only Andre Dawson cards that I have. I have a whole plastic card holder full of them. And so, yeah, I got plenty of more. I just don't have the sleeves to put them all into the binder. And I don't know if I want to sleeve all of them up anyways. So, so let's go ahead and do a box break. So these are $6.99 over at Walgreens. You get one pack and a bunch of junk cards usually. It says 1 and 8 contain a hit. One box a couple weeks back, I did get a Japanese baseball. It was still tops, but that was neat. Who did I pull? I think I got Seiya Suzuki from when he played in Japan in that box, and it's pretty neat to get some foreign cards, and I just love baseball, so any kind of cards that I can get, usually I go for, especially if it's like from out of the country or old or oddball and stuff like that. Mostly what I do collect outside of Allen and Ginter and Andre Dawson, I try to go for old stuff and oddball. I will buy chrome and regular tops here and there. I guess I'm hedging my bet or prospecting a little bit. I try to buy a little bit every year, that way if the Drew Jones turns out to be the big card at Ellie De La Cruz, I don't want to be on the outside. Like I think back when Mike Trout was a rookie, I think that's right after I'd first moved here, and I just didn't really have money for buying cards, so I believe I missed out on Trout back then. So through the years, even when I wasn't collecting as much, maybe in the mid 90s till around 2004 or somewhere around there, I'd still pick up a pack here and there just for the same reason. You never know, you might pull the future Mickey Mantle or, who knows, Derek Jeter or whatever at the time. And so I at least wanted to get a pack or two here and there, even when I wasn't super collecting because kind of didn't like stuff that was out. And I think what got me really going back in again was around 2005. Was at Walmart and I seen a Bowman blaster and I was like, oh, what's this? So I grabbed one and I brought it home and I pulled a Signs of the Future Jacoby Ellsbury autograph card. And, you know, it has an error on the back where they push the words, the signing of this card. The signing was, there was no space between the and signing. And I was like, that was the first autograph I ever pulled out of a box. And I was like, wow, this is cool. And then right around the same time, the TNA Wrestling, TNA Knockouts had blasters that were out. And every one of those blasters would have a autograph in it. And, you know, those TNA, those are some nice female wrestlers. They looked good and they actually could wrestle, you know, compared to WWE, which the women's wrestling back then was pretty garbage. It was more like panty pillow fight kind of wrestling. And TNA used to have some really good wrestling and they had some cool stories. So I'd bought a bunch of those and then later bought some other TNA stuff that had autographs because I was kind of hooked on the autograph chase at that point in time. And so I did that. And then Allen and Ginter came out and that just really hooked me back in. As far as like other cards like flagship tops and stuff like that, I would still just pick up some here and there, and I was still out searching for oddball stuff, which has pretty much gone away. You know, you'd still come across like Kellogg's maybe for the Olympic cards and the MLS and stuff like that over the years, but I would just buy a few packs here and there. There was just some years I just didn't buy a lot, and then another year I would just go kind of crazy. But I always kept for the Allen Ginter, and I feel I'm a bit of a hunter, so I like to look for either cards and products like crackers and stuff like that. And if you can't find that, then the next best thing is you know, product boxes, let's say. So like, you know, you go buy this and yeah, you'd have an Aaron Judge just by keeping the box. But there's so many millions of these, and probably a lot of people do keep them. And, you know, that you'll probably be able to get these for the next 20 years. Somebody's keeping this stuff because it's actual cards, but what most people want is the cards inside. And they're going to throw this box out. And that's mostly what I do. Started keeping the Allen Ginter stuff and maybe Gypsy Queen. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, you know, I like Cheese Nips, I think, had like Juwan Howard on some of those cards when they were advertising, like win a free trip to the college, something or other. And Mike Trout for a while was on soft pretzels. And there's different boxes of them, or, you know, like Wheaties box or something like that. The kind of thing that people buy and usually just kind of throw away and not keep that as the collectible. Well, those kind of became the new oddballs in my mind. So I'd keep my eyes out for those kind of things, since baseball and Topps basically ruined the whole product market for oddball or food issue or product issue cards. So I'll show some of that stuff in the future. To me, those are like the new collectible stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and break this open. You got to go from the bottom. If you go from the top, you're just going to run into a barrier on the inside. So this just pop out. I hope it's not another Donruss. Hey, good, it's not. Looks like we got an upper deck and some minis, or those little. See, there's that little thing on the inside. All right. So what do we got here? Yep, got some of these Teeny Mates Series X, 2 figures, 2 puzzle pieces, and 1 collector sheet in each pack. So that's interesting. Here's this. Find the glow-in-the-dark Mookie Betts. Yeah, I mean, these things are kind of cool. You know, you can create a puzzle with a little baseball field and park on it. Put your little teammates on. But they just get in the way. You know, they're more hassle than anything. Not really worth much of anything either, you know. Now, 2023. Party Animal Inc. MLB. Bet you they're not going to be doing these anymore. I have to look up the checklist. Maybe I'll open it someday. Okay, we got a pack of Upper Deck 1990. So, interesting. Win 4 1991 season tickets to a stadium of your choice. All right, let's see what random cards they gave me. It's been pretty much the same. This is the bottom. No. Okay, we'll go through it a little quicker this time. Mac Williamson, Chris Young, Paul Goldschmidt. That's a pretty good one. It's 19. I mean, it's not an early playing career card, but can't hurt to set that aside. Max Scherzer, not bad. Bregman, Diamond Kings, 2019. Cole Garrett, not too bad. Marcus Semien, it's okay. I never pull anything out of those tops. Ronnie Belliard, first card, 97. Wow. Darryl Hamilton, Tom Gordon, 91. Sid Fernandez, Jim Eisenreich, Chuck Krim, Gene Nelson, Bill Pecota, Hector Villanueva, I remember him. Another one. It's funny. Rick Dempsey, 86 Dunross. 86, not too bad. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Backs are nice. Yeah, I just went to 7-Eleven to pick up some stuff. This lady is walking out eating a donut, carrying 2 big old giant things of mustard. And I open the door for her, and she just like stands there, like, after you. She's like, I think somebody poisoned me. And I was like, okay, do you need me to call 911? No, I don't trust doctors. Okay. She walks out. And the guy working there is like, ma'am. And she just keeps walking, stands by her car. And he's like, she didn't pay for that. And I was like, oh, really? You want me to say something? So I pay for my stuff and I go out. He locks the door and I'm like, hey, you said you didn't pay for that. Oh, Sean Dunston, there you go, 87 tops, pretty faded. And she goes, yeah, I think somebody poisoned me. I was like, do you want me to call 911? He said, you didn't pay for that. She goes, oh, well, yeah, because I think somebody poisoned me. And I'm like, so you're eating a donut? And I was like, I called 911 for you. And she's like, no, I don't trust those doctors. And I was like, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, I'm a doctor. And I'm like, all right, well, you sure you don't want to go to the hospital? I think she was high on something. She goes, no, I don't trust those doctors. And I was like, okay. And she's like, but can you help a sister out and give her $20? And I was like, I don't remember if I said that. She's like, I'm a doctor. And I'm like, well, don't you want to go to the hospital? And she's like, no, I don't trust doctors. Oh, can you help me out? Can you give a sister $20? And I was like, if you were a doctor, you wouldn't need $20. She goes, well, we're not all that kind of doctor. And I was like, all right, bye. Take care. Good luck. All right, what do we got here? Pro cards. Minor league, Fort Lauderdale. The Yankees, Albany. Set it aside because I've never seen one of these before. That was funny. Yeah, I don't think. I was like, what are you going to drink mustard to make you feel better? Is that like the antidote? But yeah, I was just worried that she just kept standing there eating her food. And she's not worried about them calling the cops, but I don't know. That was weird. I'm like, sorry, lady, I had to go. She didn't look like she was sick or anything. She just looked like she was drunk and 6 months pregnant, probably. Kent Herbeck. Andy Van Slyke. And she wanted no help. She just wanted some money. Like, you're the doctor. You should give me some money. Pedro Martinez, Hall of Famer. Platinum rookie card. Flair, huh? Never seen that set. Interesting. 2001. Time was taken for Flair by them. I liked Flair. He had some good cards, especially those, I think it was back in the early 2000s, or maybe late 90s. They were kind of like a bronze border of the Legends. Thick stock. Embossed. Really nice. Pat Perry. Ugh. The White Sox, that new team to Chicago that I don't think is going to make it. Maybe they can go to Vancouver or something. Sandy Alomar. I'm not sure. Is he a Hall of Famer? Alexa, Sandy Alomar in the National Hall of Fame.
From Saber.org. He was voted into the Hall of Fame in 2019.
Yeah, there you go. Another Hall of Famer. Rick Leach, not in the Hall of Fame. Guillermo Hernandez, not. World Series, A's. Yeah, 89. Earthquake Series. Flair, Perez. Mike Cameron. Do I have his autograph? I might. I don't know. Pedro Castellano. Ivan Calderon. I remember pulling a lot of that card to Ivan. Scott Livingston. Candyman Can. Maldonado. Mike LaCrosse. Dewey Lopes. Dale Cerrone. Neil Allen and Ginter. Alright, one of our old cards, like really older. Anything pre 86, I would say, is old. Feels old, like not from when I was really collecting. 81. Carlos Garcia. Not a fan of that. Jim Whalewander, and Neil Perez. What is this? Upper Deck. Not a very good set. They look like they went backwards, Upper Deck. They kind of became like a Dunross. That's weird. Okay, so, for old cards, it's off-centered, but 81, so it's kind of neat. Some set I've never seen, or if I have, I don't remember. Hall of Famer, Semi-Star from Albuquerque. Talked a lot about that yesterday. Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer. Pedro Martinez, Hall of Famer. Garrett Cole, decent pitcher. This one just slipped in here. I don't know why. And he's a Giant, so down at the bottom of the deck you go. League leader Scherzer and Goldsmith. So, two other star players. All right, Upper Deck. I can't remember what you can get out of this one. I don't think this is the Griffey one. That pack looks wrong. It's a different series, maybe. I don't know. These packs are always really weird. It's like opening an old, some kind of like candy or something like that when they have these foil, kind of the wax on the inside. But they were cool when they were new. And they hold up pretty good, so. Alright, that's what the pack looks like. Alright, back and forth, upside down, 1990. There's the backs. Pretty nice cards when they came out. Pretty thin stock, but they were nice. Dave West, these were alright, pretty cool. Alright, who's this? Like Ian. Come on, you. Oh, these stupid ones that go backwards and all that. Ozzie Guillen, yep. Rick Matthews, Trevor Wilson, Mitch Webster. Remember him on the Cubs? Play with Andre Dawson, lucky you. Eating some dirt. On Oyster. What is it? Oh boy, Blue Jays. Alright, Superstar, Kirk Gibson. Not doing so hot. Rafi Pelliard, Raphael, Franklin Stubbs. Ricky Jordan. Not even a hint of a Hall of Famer in here. Junior Ortiz. Used to always get this guy's card. Dave Bergman. Gary Gaetti. I guess that's as close as you're going to get. And Glenn Braggs. Well, that was horrible. Just horrible. Terrible and horrible all at the same time. There's some garbage. Oh boy. Alright, Topps. Are you gonna suck again? I thought Series 2 was supposed to be better. not looking to look, just want to get to these ones. I like to surprise myself as much as you guys might like to be kept patiently awaiting. Alright, it's 2023 tops, pretty standard. It's good looking, just like pretty basic like all their other years for the most part. Every now and then they'll go out on a limb. Is it memorable? No. Is it bad? No. So it's not memorable for being good or bad. Just mediocrity. Zach Greinke, Rosie Contreras, Jorge Soler got his autograph on the Cubs. Exception, Michael Toglia, Freddie Peralta, Drew Waters, Gustakis, J.D. Davis. These will all be in these Walgreens packs in another year. Thairo Estrada, Trey Mancini, Victor Robles, Bueller, Walker Bueller. Pretty good pitcher though. Manny Machado, Brad Boxberger, Cubs fan, don't even know him. Freddie Tarnock, Gerald Perdomo, Harrison Bader, Jordan Diaz, rookie. Another pitcher. Big printing line down there. I don't know if you see that. It's like a seam. Jared Walsh, Jacks, Tops. Richardson, rookie. Hey, Shohei Ohtani, that's good. We'll take that. Carlos Correa, got in garbage. Stone Garrett, rookie. Gabriel Arias, Gene Suarez, Casey Mize, Isaac Paredes, Alex Kirilloff, Jordan Groshems, PJ Higgins, Yoshi, Testugo, Carlos Perez, rookie card, Nick Senzel, Jonathan Heasley, Kyle Freeland, Flip Rosarena, coming across him a lot lately, Jonathan Shoup. Sorry, it's like 3 in the morning. Mashak Yoshida, rookie. Estoy Ruiz, rookie. Colin Moran. Corey Kluber. He used to be really good. What happened? Let's see what your win-losses are. 18, 18, 18, 20, and tanked. 10 wins last year. That's too bad. He was a good pitcher. Conforto, Donovan, Volpe, Bryce Tring, Fujinami, Tepera, Severino, Jameson, rookie, Galen, Ottavino, Louis Varland, Austin Riley, Jorge Polanco, Oswald Do Cabrera, Michael Waka, Brian Reynolds. Oh, something's backwards. So, T's Yan Gong, so still nothing. Oh, it is numbered 141 to 300. I mean, he's deep in his playing career and he's a catcher, so what is his stat? Like flip stats or extended stats or something like that. Huh. That's interesting. I think it's the first one of these I've ever seen. So that's cool. Dale Murphy again. JT Realmuto for the USA. Those are cool. I like the World Baseball Classic cards. Alright, what do we got here? Jan Gurriel. Nothing. Michael Harris, rookie. Jacob deGrom. Giancarlo Stanton. Michael Stanton on the old TriStar OAC cards. Got a ton of those. And Carlos Correa. Garbage man. Alright, so one numbered card. One like good base card that's off-centered, so yeah, what are you gonna do? That was pretty bad. I'm gonna stop buying those. Just want something to open. Still a couple weeks out from Allen and Ginter if they don't push it back. So yeah, at least numbered card. I mean, 300's pretty good for, I guess, flagship. But of course, you want a rookie. Like, much rather have that and what's his name? Corbin Carroll or something like that. Anyway, so let me pull this back up just a tad. Alright, I'll just go through this binder really quick. So, just picked this up at the local card shop. Just for something new. And so here we go. Andre Dawson's. Like I said, I still got more over there in a plastic case. Not including my minis and Allen Ginters that are in the other binder. Or being displayed somewhere. Alright, tops. I do have the rookie card, but they're in one touches. I don't have a second year card, which it's kind of hard to come by lately, but I'll probably just order one. Some of these need to be replaced, but they present well. You know, this one feels a little Ripley. No alien pun intended. So, Exposed Dawson, a couple All-Stars, and an O-Pee-Chee All-Star version of this. Let's look at the difference in color here. There's only a few pages. Even the back. Look at the difference. O-Pee-Chee America. Okay, Dawson. These ones both need to be replaced pretty good. I mean, this one's especially bad, the 86 tops. O-Pee-Chee. Yeah, it's funny. It's like the leaf and the O-Pee-Chees. You know, when you get Dunross or Leaf, the American ones just look better. The logo doesn't distract so much. And that one just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. 87, when I was really collected a ton of these ones. So I have a bunch more. And this was my favorite Andre Dawson card, playing career card. Topps traded out, one, it's his first Cubs uniform card from Topps, and it wouldn't matter if it was Flair or Dunross. It's just, I like this one particularly out of the updates and tradeds and highlights and stuff like that. The ones that came out at the end of the season. So the Topps traded that year Just beautiful card, spectacular. The All-Stars were nice. I did have the collector's send away card as well, but that got ruined. That's in my bag of to get replaced. 88, those are nice. It's plain. But look at the back on that Topps Traded. Just beautiful. And I wonder if this one here... Oh no, that's just O-Pee-Chee. Let's take a look real quick, sorry. Just same stats, same everything, except the front's different and the better card stock. The All-Star Game commemorative editions, those are really beautiful cards too. I believe those are glossy, and so there's that. Okay, another one of these. Couple 88 All-Stars. Record breaker, so 88 was obviously a good year for Dawson because he had just won the MVP and led the league in home runs and RBIs and all that. So, banner year for collecting him the next year, and then Score came out, so ton of Dawson options that in next year, and then especially in the oddball stuff. Chef Boyardee, Jiffy Pop, all that kind of stuff. Dawson was everywhere. Then there's this, that's kind of one of the more dated cards, didn't care for. These were cool, these little minis. The big card was kind of annoying. It's even more annoying than Bowman because they were super big. So this one's kind of damaged too. So it'll need some replacing, but I just put a sleeve over this end of it going that way, and just stuck it in there because, back of it's kind of cool. It's one of those cartoon cards, and they weren't doing those for a long time. So it's neat getting one of those. Then this Leaders. That has to be 88, I would imagine. Alright, so what do we got there? This one here, this might actually be a Topps Tiffany, because it's not a traded, and it is kind of a little kind of glossy, but just look at the back. It's so much brighter. And this was one of the base pack, regular from the same season. So the difference in the back, the regular one would have had this coloring. So that's got to be Tiffany, I imagine. So it's got a little wax stain going on here. Okay, then we move on to Dunross. I did come across some other ones that I could have put in, but starting to watch a movie, and I was just like, just leave it like this and deal with it another day. I just don't have enough pages. So 81, 82, 83. Put these two together. It came out the same season. Those were cool too, those little minis. The star sticker. It's the first 87. That's that 87 Flair. Beautiful set as well. The back's there if you want to see. See, look at this. It's like they flip-flop the back. They were really annoying. All right. 87 star sticker. They're one of the sets that you would get at like KB or Kmart or Walgreens or something. I think you get this one pretty much anywhere. They just sold those pretty much anywhere. This one's obviously kind of been up here. All stars are nice. Star sticker. I do have the update that should go here for his first Cubs, but it's in my other thing, and they're really nice too. So all three of them did a good job on their updates, tradeds, or whatever they want to call them. All right, Dunross. Look at the centering on that 81. 82, very similar design, just this part here, and moved it a little bit, but it's like, yeah, let's just kind of stick with what we did last time and just barely change it. Diamond King, nice. Set's okay. Oh, they're out of place. They need to flip-flop. Good catch, people. Thanks for noticing. There we go. But they definitely started getting better. 87, beautiful set. Just look at that. That's just nice design. The pop-ups. Home and away jersey. 89. Really loved these. These were spectacular. I just put that extra one here because I thought these two looked better than having one out of place. So I just figured I'm making this. So I got a bunch of those. So apparently I went after a lot of 88 Dunross. Smaller set, and I believe they had a lot of Dawsons in there, so it was just easier to pull. Another one. That's pretty nice. A little dark, but then I just went ahead and left it blank for anything else that I would have for Dunross that can go in here. And I just went ahead and threw the score. I'm not too sure. I mean, these classics look like the back of Dunross would have made them. That's the one they're most similar to me. So I'm not sure who printed the classics, but I just put it next to the score. So that's that first score. Beautiful card. I'm glad it came on this purple, because those are some really nice ones. Like the yellow and orange. The purples were really nice. So another 90. That's his 90 score. Then some upper deck. Little Diamond King looking cards. There's the 90 that, like the pack we just opened. Too bad he wasn't in there. And I've put a few of my favorite oddballs. I have a ton of them, but I put these ones in because it was, I believe, Captain Crunch for the Roston Purina card, 84. This Topps. One of their better oddball looking cards that Topps did. A lot of times when Topps does oddball, they're just weird. Then this one, another Captain Crunch. No license, so it's kind of weird seeing Topps like that. I like it though, because I kind of like that. He kind of has an old school look to him there, as if they were playing back in the days when they really didn't have logos. But yeah, that's not a bad one for an oddball. And then I love these cards. They're so simple. They're so bland. They're so just, but bland in a good way, if that makes any sense. I love it. This is an MSA card, which is one of the ones I want to get into a whole series about. And MSA did the majority of the oddball stuff that wasn't Topps. Some companies did their own, but MSA did the majority of this kind of oddball stuff, and lower quality, not as great photography, but something elegant about the simplicity of them. Just plain back, just nothing much to it. And compared to like Topps, just looks like regular Topps. And this one's a cool back for the Purina, because it has that Purina checkerboard. But I don't know, there's just something about these that I really like. And then there was the other cards that are very similar to this. I can't remember the name right now. It's around the same time. This was a 89 I know this came out of cereal, maybe Cookie Crisp. And anyways, there's your MSA right there, right where my thumb's at. And that's the company that did the licensing and got these printed up for all these companies. Michael Schechner and Associates. I'm not exactly sure how say his last name. If I had it in front of me, I'd do a better job. And it's very hard to find any information out about the company, the guy. You know, it was like a lawyer or marketing firm or something like that. In mid 70s, I believe, maybe a little earlier, early 70s, definitely mid 70s. Started doing a lot of cards and stuff for products, and most of those discs that you see, like the Isley's disc, Tasty Freeze discs, all those are MSA. A lot of the soda pop stuff and mostly non-logo stuff. King Bee, beef jerky, first years of those. And I don't know whatever happened to them. I don't know if they got bought out because Pacific started doing them. And also maybe Dunross did some. So I don't know if they sold their like sports card division or were acquired or he died or I don't know. I don't ever know what happened to them. Maybe he made his money and decided it was time to get out when the licensing got too expensive. But yeah, really hard to find information on it. There's one page that's got a pretty decent write-up on them. Not too much about the history, but talks about, just some of the business aspect of them, how they got in there and were able to do these for a lot of companies. But it doesn't really go much into the history of how and all and where. And, it does point out the factory that did some of the printing for them. But I want to do a whole number of videos about MSA, showing the cards. And to be honest with you, I think my first baseball card that I owned we used to own a Tasty Freeze. And I think before we owned it is when they gave the discs out. So in 76, and I don't think we got it till, 78? So anyways, they probably, they had stuff left over. And, being kids, mostly at the time we were into like Star Wars cards and stuff like that. But, I was always fascinated with baseball as far as I can, as far back as I remember, grandparents and parents took us to Wrigley Field before we ever moved, and I vaguely remember one of the games I'd been to was them playing Pittsburgh. Anyhow, so that just made me a super Cubs fan and a super baseball fan, so I was always fascinated with baseball. So, of course, if I seen a card, I was going to grab it, and I still have my first card that I've always had from then. Is a Tasty Freeze MSA disc of Dave Kingman. And I believe that one is when he was on the Cubs still, so that's probably why I'd saved that. And then of course I had to fight off brothers and stuff for any of that stuff. Then we had rolls of the Willie Mays and Stan Musial Coca-Cola posters that I talked a little about, illustrated by Del Nichols, who did the early Star Wars stuff for Burger King. So maybe that's why I got a soft spot on my heart for MSA as well, because that was like the first card that I've always kept. And Kraft macaroni and cheese, just Jiffy Pop, all that stuff, Chef Boyardee, that's all mostly MSA. And some of it's butt ugly, but some of it's just simple, and just kind of feels to me like what cards are supposed to be. Like night and day compared to like chrome refractors and speckled and all that. So I'll talk about that stuff someday. But I got to get my stuff together and kind of break it down how I want to show it, what I want to talk about, get the internet up and find the article so I can try to tell you what it says. And if I was, I'm a lot into history, so I've spoken about what I've gone to school for as anthropology. So I'm kind of a history buff and not just like biological and ancient cultures and all that. And I'm just generally into history, and I love baseball. Um, and if I was a decent writer, had decent grammar, it's one of the things I was never great at, and then like complicated math. I wish I could actually I wouldn't mind writing some kind of book about the MSA, or I wish somebody would. But I'm not like a researcher kind of person. Anyway, so here's some sports flicks. Sports flicks were cool, but they don't present well, and they just, yeah. It was nice getting them. The deal were even more expensive than Flair, and you only got like 2 or 3 cards. And some stickers, mostly damaged. Look at this one. Got stuck to the back of the other one. Had them in sleeve together. Front of this card, tore off the back of that card sticker. So that's it for. I just did this today. Before we started the movie. Now we watched Elvis today. That movie was, I'd say 95% pretty good. It's stupid having rap music though mixed in with it. It just made no sense. So I guess they're just trying to sell soundtrack or something. But the movie was alright. It's better than, I heard people saying it wasn't great. It was pretty good. It's on Amazon right now for free if you have Amazon. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. And alright. Have a good night, people. Oh, and I should be getting a bunch of stuff in the mail tomorrow, though, now that Labor Day's over. So I'll have probably a long video tomorrow, a lot of breaking open mail day. Alright, this is Rob. See ya.